welcome back to my channel. My name is Andy, sometimes Mouse, and I talk about books and book-related things, and today I'm doing my first ever book haul. That's whack. So I am going to be talking about all of the books that I got in the first quarter of the year. Yeah, super whack. Okay, let's go. Let's get the show on the road. I am first going to talk about the books that I purchased that were not pre-orders. So let's start there. We have Killjoy by Holly Jackson. I have not read this yet. It is like a fun detective part of the Good Girls Guide to Murder series. It's just a quick little read. It was a free book for World Book Day. I did give Art money to ship it to me because it was UK only and I really wanted my hands on it, so I need to really get the actual 2 books in this series, but anyway, I didn't. I put this in the wrong pile. It was a gift. Alright, moving on. Cute Mutants 4 by S.J. Whitby. I did pre-order this, but then S.J. sent me a copy too, so now I have 2 copies of this. One of the copies is going to my parents because my name is in the acknowledgement section. This is just the continuation of the Cute Mutant series. Really, really good. I read it as a beta. Highly recommend. Really wish everyone had read this book series. If you like queers and you like X-Men, then this is the book series for you, absolutely. Also, this cover is like really cute, right? Okay. The biggest purchase I made, why did I make it? I don't remember. It fit into my budget. I was impulsive. I wanted it. I don't know. The paperback editions of the Lunar Chronicles. I didn't own the Lunar Chronicles because I thought they were ugly. That's it. That's my reasoning. These covers are really pretty. It shows you here. I don't want to pull them out of the box. And they did a good job of replacing all of the J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman books on my bookshelf. So that worked out really well for me. Because we're gonna get rid of those books. So this book series is like Cinderella and a few other fairy tales retelling by Marissa Meyer. They're really, really good books. They are chunky though. They are big books. Cress and Winter are very large books. I listened to all of them. I did not physically read any of these books, but I enjoyed them so much that I wanted to have a physical copy of them. But the covers were ugly. So I actually bought this box set for Art before I bought it for myself, knowing that I was eventually gonna buy it for myself. And like, it was in my budget to have bought it for me first, but I wanted to give it to Art first, so that was her early birthday gift. The next book is another pre-order, and that was Namesake by Adrienne Young. I did actually just recently finish this book. It was not as good as Fable. Fable was considerably better, but it was a good continuation to the first book, and I felt like I got a lot of my questions answered. I enjoyed it a lot. If you like pirates and found family and like slow burn romance, this is the book series for you. It's a duology, not a series, but anyway. They were good. I enjoyed it. Next is The Echo Wife by Sarah Gailey. The thing I hate about this book is when I put it on the shelf, I don't know what the only reason I know what the right direction is because of the Tor symbol. Anyway, this is that soft matte. Love that. I got this at Target while I was in the process of moving. This is another fantastic Sarah Gailey book in which it is both sci-fi and a little bit of horror. It's not queer like some of their other books, but it is a really good one. I just finished it today. Basically, a woman's husband leaves her for another woman, and she works in the cloning industry. That's what she does. And it turns out that behind her back, he cloned her. He cloned her and programmed her clone to be more docile and want babies. Clones aren't supposed to have babies, but that clone is pregnant and kills the husband. So now they have to figure out what to do. And it just gets more fucked up from there. I love Gailey's writing, and I loved this book because it was very what the fuck. Next up, we have the Raven Cycle. So the problem with this is that I ordered them all in hardback so that I could give them all these new pretty covers. See? Look at this. Look at these artist covers that I have. Aren't they beautiful? It's really beautiful. I bought these used because that was important to me. I don't know why I was gonna like explain that, but I'd like to buy my books used. But then this one came in paperback, so I don't know what to do with this, but I can't obviously use it for what I needed it for, so I also think it has teeth marks on it. So they did give me a refund, but they don't have a copy of the hardback, so they aren't able to send it to me, so I am going to have to wait, I guess. Love that for me. The next books that I'm going to talk about that I got are going to be book boxes, and I have to go grab one that I forgot that's over on the wall. Okay, so the first book that I got is Chain of Iron by Cassandra Clare. It is the next book in the Lost Hours series, and it is from the Shadowhunters series. I was obsessed with Chain of Gold when it came out, and I am planning on doing a 24-hour reread-a-thon and read-a-thon of me rereading Chain of Gold and then reading Chain of Iron. So yeah, I haven't read this yet, but I'm very excited about it. I have like a tapestry and like bookmarks and stuff. I really like Shadowhunters. It is my guilty pleasure for me liking these straight books so much. I'm hoping for more Anna Lightwood content, but we'll see what happens, you know? The next book that I got is The Unbroken by C.L. Clarke. I have not read this yet, but it has become highly, highly recommended to me. And this is the Illumicrate, right? Yeah, this is the Illumicrate book and pin only boxes that I get. I don't get the full box set because it seems exhausting. They are signed, and I really like this situation. And I didn't realize that the Illumicrate editions all have like this situation going on, and I really like that. So yeah, haven't read this yet, very excited to read it though. Then we have A Dark and Hollow Star by Ashley Shuttleworth. I loved this book. Art just read it, and for the first time. And the first 50% of this book is really hard because it's a lot of world building, because you know this is going to be a series, and the second 50% of this book is amazing. So this is like if A Cruel Prince and ACOTAR, A Court of Thorns and Roses, had like a baby and that baby was gay, but then you also threw in Dungeons and Dragons and made it all happen in like modern day times and in Canada. That would be this book. So did that explanation help you at all? Probably not. It's also pink, and I like the choose your player on the back. This is my wife Nausicaa, and I'm in love with her. Everyone says that she looks like Bella though, which is weird because I don't think that she does. That's it for book boxes. We're gonna talk about things that I got as gifts this first quarter. I will say my birthday's coming up, so there's a chance that I might get more books in this first quarter in the next month or so, but these are all the books that I have gotten thus far. It is April, mid-April, so let's take a look. The first book I have is Tiger Lily by Jodi Lynn Anderson. My cousin got me this book. She accidentally ordered two and gave me the second one. I liked this a lot more than I expected to. This is a Peter Pan retelling from the perspective of Tiger Lily, and it's completely not the Peter Pan that we know and love, or the Neverland that we know and love, but it was a fascinating book, and I really enjoyed it. Obviously, there's going to be some issues with a white lady writing Native American Tiger Lily, right? But her source material was also not the most aware of itself. So I really enjoyed this though. Glad I read it. I'm going to keep it, so we're not unhauling it at any time. So that's good. My fantastic, wonderful partner loves me so much and understands so much. He doesn't understand it, but he will listen to it. My deep loathe of ugly covers. The Daughter of Smoke and Bone series was so ugly that I had never picked them up in the library because I thought they were too ugly. Yes. So he got me the set of the pretty book covers. And they're beautiful. They are beautiful. So I am part of the way through the last one. The first book was probably my favorite book. The second book was good, but it very different. The third book follows more of what the second book's theme is. The first book, very per your norm YA fantasy. The second and third book is much more war focused. I don't hate it, it's just not my thing. I'm enjoying it though. Don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying it. Boy, are these thick. Next up, we have Ring Shout by Peach Jelly Clark. This is a horror novella. She's thin. I've read this book. I really enjoyed this book. It is about the KKK basically being run by demons, literal demons. I mean, like, we knew that, right? Who's shocked? But I really enjoyed it. I also like how this looks. Like, it doesn't have anything like special on the cover or anything, but I just really like the way that it looks. It's very red. Who's growling? I just really enjoyed it. This was given to me by Chris, and I will put Chris's stuff down below. Then we have The Dark Tide by Connor. No ma'am. Then we have The Dark Tide by Alicia Jasinka. This was given to me by the Chronic Book Club, Chronic Readers Club. Basically, if you are disabled or mentally ill, they will send you a book and like a little care package. I talk about this in one of my vlogs. It was very cool. They had me send like a list of 5 books that I really liked, and so they sent me one of those 5 at random. And that is US only at the moment, but it was just really nice, and it was like a nice little like handwritten note at the end, and I appreciated it. I liked it a lot. I haven't read the book yet, to be clear. I have no idea what it's about. I'm very excited to read it though. Next we have Sweet and Bitter Magic by Adrienne Tooley. This was a gift from Dan, I think, or Sam. No, this was a gift from Dan, and I actually had just finished reading this book. And it is a really good book. It is about these, one is like the source of magic, and one like has magic but is cursed, and they're basically trying to save the kingdom that they live in. But it's sapphic fantasy, and it worked out, the sapphic part of it worked out in a way that I didn't necessarily expect, because so often in stories like this you have the 2 contrasting sides, and they just are like really good friends. They're just like best buds. And like I knew this was going to be sapphic, but I almost just didn't expect it to actually work out the way that it did, so I was really glad about it. This is the one from Sam. This is 5 Worlds, The Sand Warrior. This is the first book in a series. It's a graphic novel, full color. It's very beautiful. I haven't read it yet, but I'm very excited to. And it just looks so fun. This was recommended in the Queer Book Crew Discord. So if you guys ever want really good book recommendations, I absolutely recommend joining our Queer Book Crew Discord. The link's always down below. It was recommended there, and so I added it to my wish list like immediately, and now I'm really glad I have a copy of it, so I'm excited to get to reading this when the time comes. Next, we have The Space Between Worlds by Micaiah Johnson. I actually had already read this. This is from Chris, again, same person who gave me the book from Ring Shout. Basically, there are other universes, and they have figured out how to travel to them, but you can only travel to them if you are already dead in that universe. And it is about this one person's journey to doing that. She's very queer and has this kind of slow burn romance that doesn't get quite figured out until later. And there's obviously like corruption, because this is run not by the government, which would be also corrupt, but like run by a corporation, which, I mean, you know, come on. I listened to this as an audiobook, and the audiobook was fantastic, but I'm very excited to have the physical book because I think I want to reread it this year. I think I read it already I read it this year in January, but I kind of think I'm going to want to reread it this year so that I can annotate it. And the last gift that I was given this first quarter is going to be Ninth House by Leio Bardugo. I did already have a copy of it, but it was a Book of the Month copy, and I'm trying to get rid of or replace my Book of the Month copies because I think they're ugly, and I don't have Book of the Month anymore, so I'm not going to have like a nice lineup. And I've pretty much gotten rid of almost all of those books. So Art gave me this copy. I think this is a special edition copy. I don't know who it's from though, like what book box, like what edition it is. I don't have any idea. It could just be the UK edition. Like, it could just come like this. I don't really know. But I think it's beautiful, and I like the blue on it. Is Leio Bardugo ever going to write a sequel to this series? I don't know, but I really hope so, because I really enjoyed this book. It is nothing like Six of Crows. I do not recommend you go into this thinking that it's like the Grocer Trilogy or the Six of Crows books or any of the other books that Leio Bardugo has written. This is an adult paranormal horror. It's super good, but it is dark academia. It is not any of those other books. It's very different, but I enjoyed it a lot. Anyway, that's all the books that I got in the first quarter. I am grateful for all of them and grateful for the gifts. Thank you to everyone who got me a gift. Thank you for anyone who even considers getting me a gift. It means a lot to me. I think that's it though. I've never done a haul video before, so let me know if you liked this, if there's something you wish I had done instead. I don't like hauls all that much, which is why I am doing it possibly in quarters, because I don't purchase that many books anymore, but we'll see what happens. If you enjoyed this video, let me know though. If you didn't enjoy this video, let me know how I can do better. Comment down below if you've read any of these books or if you want to read any of these books. I'm gonna go. Don't forget to take your meds, drink some water, take care of yourselves. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all those things. I have Instagram, Twitter, we have a readathon coming up. Right? Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go. Hope you have a great day. Okay, thanks, bye.